Hey guys, 01 here, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about what's happening around the world and here in the United States. Right now, there's a big giant outcry that's happening in Hong Kong and also Taiwan. What happened was last week, the People's Republic of China went back on the word of what they promised to the British government and also to the citizens of Hong Kong, that the citizens of Hong Kong can actually vote for their public officials, their political leaders, you can say. Now, one of the things that was implemented in 1997 was the one government, two system, government, or one country, two system government. And for a while, it was working. In a sense, people in Hong Kong could actually vote for the public officials, and not just vote for the public official, but they can vote them out. And also, they had freedom of the press. Now, everything seems that it's being pushed to the side. Mainland China, People's Republic of China, is actually telling Hong Kong citizens that they can still vote for their officials, but those officials will be people that have been screened or been filtered through their own system that they have implemented, which is whoever disagrees with the government of Mainland China will not be able to run or is not able to run. And there's a big giant outcry that is foul play. That's going back on the word. Another thing that's happening is Taiwan is backing up Hong Kong. There's Taiwanese in the streets, actually a lot of Taiwanese in the streets, saying that what Hong Kong is doing is, it's their right. They have the right to what they were promised, and that is they have the right to freedom of the press. They have the rights to vote for their officials. They have the right to the truth. They have the right to, protest. And there's been already arrests, plenty of arrests. There's also been a little of stopping the press from actually doing their jobs. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because what's happening in Hong Kong is not something that hasn't happened before. It's happened throughout time in history that the government would go back on their word and start oppressing the people. Now, am I saying that Mainland China is going to be sending jets and tanks and all that stuff to Hong Kong? No. But what I'm saying is that what's happening there is also affected here in the United States, because there are certain things that here the citizens of the United States that they're seeing that it just is not right. For example, they have seen from Philadelphia to Los Angeles, from Los Angeles to Houston to New York City, have seen that the police force has been having equipment that's very similar to military equipment, military weaponry, military ammunition, military tanks, and a lot of citizens in the United States are saying, what's going on? Because it's not like the United States is at civil war with one another, and they would understand why the police force is carrying all that equipment, all that all that high-powered rifles and high-powered tanks. Well, not high-powered tanks, tanks. And a lot of things that are happening that they're thinking to themselves, what's going on? And before, the police force didn't carry that type of equipment, and now they're actually carrying that type of equipment. And this is another thing that's going back to what is the government planning, or what is the new implications that we as U.S. citizens have to get used to or not understand. Because if we stay in the dark, we're going to be lost, and if we're lost, and we don't know what to do. This also goes back to the media. There's certain things that are happening in the media that a lot of people are seeing, and they want answers. For example, in Salt Lake City, there was a young man named Dillon Taylor who got shot by a police officer. Not too many media outlets are actually reported on it. For example, you haven't seen CNN report on it. We haven't seen MSNBC report on it. We haven't seen any other outlets, probably Fox, I think, has reported on it, but anybody else has it, because a lot of people are saying is the reason why they did not report on it is because the officer that shot Dillon Taylor was actually a black officer. And some of the things, or some of the theories that are out there, is that it goes against their agenda of starting a race war in the United States. And I don't have enough evidence to say yes or no, but what I can definitely say is that it hasn't been reported. The only people that have reported is about the whole incident is that Dillon Taylor was actually involved in a crime of a theft, and the officer who pursued him shot him, and he ended up dying. Now it's happened in Salt Lake, and I think the Salt Lake Tribune reported on it, and there's people protesting also about that why isn't the media not focused on this incident, because it's similar to what happened to Michael Brown and Ferguson. But the only difference is that what happened in Ferguson was a white man, supposedly a white officer, shot Michael Brown, and for no apparent reason. And what happened over here in Salt Lake City is that a black officer shot a half Caucasian, half Hispanic teenager or young man close to the same age as Michael Brown. Now, that said, I would like to hear your point of view, your own thoughts of what's happening in Hong Kong, and also what's happening here in the United States about the police having equipment or ammunition that is similar to, Army soldiers, and also why Dillon Taylor wasn't so much of a scoop, because it's very, very much similar to what happened in Ferguson. The only difference is that the officer was black, and the officer in Salt Lake who shot Dillon Taylor was black, and the officer in Ferguson was actually a Caucasian man. So put in your input. Thank you so much, and please be responsible for what you put, and also be responsible for your actions. Jesus is King, and have a great day. Later. Bye.